Good morning. Hope everyone can see me. How's your day going? See if we can't get us straight. Yay. All right. Well, this is really strange. Trying some new things, you know. And I seem to be on my iPad, but not my computer. So let's give it just a sec. There we go. All right. And what are we talking about today? I thought I would talk about, I saw a video and I really liked it. And I thought, okay, how can I give it a Jackie twist and apply it with Close to My Heart products? So that's what I'm doing today. It's kind of, what would I call this? Easy coloring, different coloring. I'm not sure. You let me know what you think I should name this video. What would be the easiest way for you to recognize it? So the products I'm using today, and I moved my lights around hoping to help with the glare. And this one is In Full Bloom, the scrapbooking stamp set in thin cut, Z4422. And I'm using this pretty flower right here. I've got it stamped already in black ink because you need to let that dry really good before you color or do anything. And permanent ink. And it's on the lighter side of glacier paper. I also did some leaves from that set. The words are coming from the April stamp of the month. Hello. No April Fools here. You Are a Treasure is the one I used. And it is stamp of the month S2204. And if nobody has seen that or you need a reminder, 22 is the year, 04 is the month. S means stamp of the month. Really cute set. I'll be doing some more with that this month. I've got the couple of thin cuts out because we're going to have to thin cut them afterwards. It will help. It'll be easier. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to show you a couple ways to color this. So the leaves, we've already got some blue, so we don't really want to get rid of all of that blue, if you will. So I'm going to take dull green blend. Hopefully you can see that. And get in focus where the camera is. Okay, that's hard. Harder than I thought. Let's bring it down a little bit. Alright, there we go. And we're going to use the medium and the dark and then a little bit of the light. So what I did was, you know, all these dark lines in here just help you to put some color down. And I'm not going to, see how it's nice and white, or, you know, blue, light there? I'm going to try and leave that a little bit, if you will. I'm going to take my dark and just go over a little bit. Now, this is going to be forgiving because, and you can see I just went down here and added some dark. But then I'm going to go back to the medium and blend that out a little bit. Okay, I'm not going to worry too much about the outside. And then I'm going to go in with my light color and add just a little bit of light, still kind of keeping some of that blue. And this one is going out, evidently. I need another dull green. Makes it a little bit harder to blend, but that's okay. Alright, so I don't like the way that looks. I want it a little bit more, a little bit darker. Okie dokie, there we go. Alright, so that's how I did the leaves. Anybody around to say hi? Not yet. Okay, and then this already has some blue, so I want to try not to get rid of all of the blue on here, okay? So this time I am using light green blend. And I am going to go to the middle color, and if you look on here, you can see there's a lot of dark in here, and that's kind of where I want to hit the That's where I want to put some dark color, if you will. So I'm just going to kind of go in there wherever it's dark, and I want to leave a little bit of blue, so that's why I'm going to stay away from these outer edges that are more blue, if you will. I'm going to go in here, kind of go up, a little bit past, so we do need to color it in somewhat, okay? So this is the marker version of coloring it in while I'm sitting here coloring, and the other way is we're going to use a sponge and an ink pad. So again, we don't have to worry about going around the outside too much past, you know, the blue. Alright, so there's that. And then I'm going to go back and I'm just going to kind of do, I want to kind of make it random like this. Just so it doesn't look so colored in like this, okay? And I'm just going into those darkest, deepest spots that are just those kind of black, really. Okay. Adding a little bit of color. We're just building our color. Now I'm going to go in with the light color, and because I don't want to leave all of that blue, I'm going to kind of go over these lighter edges, if you will. Kind of the upper third of the flower, more so. Just kind of where those lines are, and not taking too much time because we want some fast coloring. It's sometimes hard for people to go outside of the lines, so that's why I'm teaching you this. And we want kind of a striation of color in here. Okay, that's about done it. So you can see, I'll hold it up. You can see that we've got a lot of glare. Let's see if I move this way. Is that any better? A little bit better. All right. So you can see there's some dark kind of polka dots happening, some mid color, and then around the edges some dark color. Okay, that's the first step. Now I'm going to take a journaling pen and our black marker that comes in the Spectrum Noir, and you can buy this one separately. I am going to use the pointier, smaller end, and remember, I have not used this a lot, so it is very juicy. The longer you leave it on the paper, the more it will soak in. So I am going to be careful not to get in those little tiny areas, because I can go back with my journaling pen for that. But you can see as I put this down, it just kind of bleeds into, so I'm just not going to worry about those smaller spaces, okay? And I am just going to go around like so. And there's something about, it's just kind of fun, because it just doesn't take all that much time. Especially if you're going to make a bunch. Maybe you're making some invitations or something. So the lighter that you hold your marker onto the paper, the less bleed you're going to get. And you can see I'm just going up to that line, and it's just kind of bleeding into it. And if I don't get something, then I can go back and add some more. So, sorry, I should have had one partially done. I just wanted to show you it doesn't take that much time. Isn't it making the black, making it pop? I think it just really does add to it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go take this over and cut it out with my thin cut, and anywhere that is kind of recessed in, like right here, I'm going to do just a little bit more for that to make sure that I get it all when I cut it out. It's not going to be too much of an issue. Okay, so that's that. But you can see in here that there's still that little bit there. There's just a little bit there that I didn't want to hit with that big juicy marker. I'm going to go in and fix those little spots with my journaling pen. It's easier to go in with something else small like this than to try and do it with that big one. Okay. Just anywhere I see that I want to dip it in a little bit, or maybe I didn't get close enough to the black line. Okay. That looks pretty good. So doesn't that look pretty on a page? Wouldn't that be pretty? Okay. The next, and you can do the same thing with the leaves. I'm just going to do a little bit of this, but you can see right here where I went over the edge. And look at that. Cleans it right up. Don't even know it was there. But again, you would need to go into this little spot here because that's too tiny. Okay? Alright, I'm going to take this over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out which way is up. And that is what's going to cut. I'm going to tape it to my die cut machine, and I will be right back and show you what that looks like. Here we go. And just take off my washi tape, save that for later, and punch out my flower. Okay, isn't that gorgeous? Love it. Okay, and we do the same with the leaves. I'm not going to waste your time. You know how to do that. If you don't, let me know and I'll get back to you. So the next one I'm going to do is some sage ink, and just get some ink, kind of dab it around. This time, remember, we don't need to worry about the outside. I always rub the inside a little bit more. And this is going to be a slightly different look, obviously. Okay, so we're going to just get some on there. And you could leave it like that if you want, or you can go back with a little bit of a marker and add just that little bit darker area. And that was sage ink. So I'm going to go in with my dark color. Again, I'm just going to go into those little bit of dark areas and just add the tiniest bit, maybe even go to my medium color in the middle of the pen. And this is going to be, you know, a slightly different look than the other one because you're not coloring in with marker, okay? Totally. You've already kind of put your light color down, and now you're just adding your medium and your dark colors, if you will. Just trying to give it a little bit of depth here and there around the edges. Just where those dark spaces are. And you can see right on the stamp where those are. And then again, we would do the black. And I'll just do a line or two so you can kind of see what it looks like, the difference. And just do a petal or two. So you can take your time and get fairly close to the inside. I just don't like to go too close and get over my edge. Alright, so you can see that that's going to be, oh, let's wait, I have one done that I sponged. and did the black, and it's this one. So I don't know if you can see, but this one has a little bit more of that blue, kind of looking like white, where this one is a little softer. And you could go back and add some more dark if you want some more dark. But there's the two techniques. And then what else I have for you is, let's say you run out of your foam tape and you're like, dang, I want to lift that flower up. Go take some scratch paper and glue down a couple of bases in white or the same color, doesn't matter. Use a liquid glue so you have a little bit of wiggle time to make sure everything's nice and straight, like so. And then what I would do is I would take the marker, and you can take the bigger end this time, and just go around those edges a little bit, just so that way when you glue it onto your flower, if you don't happen to get it exactly perfect, it won't show. Okay. Now, the other thing that you can do, since I've got this out, is, let's say I didn't quite, when I cut it, there, like that. And you can also go around the edges if you want, but it really doesn't super need it. But if you're a September baby like me, then you're a perfectionist, and go ahead and take that couple of extra seconds to do those edges. And maybe glue the outer edge a little better than I did on this one, okay? Just saying. Not perfect. Don't even begin to think I am. Okay, so let's say there was something missing on this one, which there's not, or this one, which I might have already done, but you can go back and just go over your edges if you need to, okay? If you missed anything. Alright, enough of that. Now, I like to kind of have it halfway matched up. Where's it going? Like that. So now on this one, I'm going to make sure that I get a little bit more out to the edge, so we're nice and sealed down, and you can go back and add some glue to that other part that we missed, and then in the middle. Okay, and then we'll put this together. Remember, got time to wiggle it around a little bit. And now we've got some thickness to it that we can lay it down. And I'll go back and glue it. Alright, so the other thing you can do is you can just use the glacier ink. And this is nice because you can cut out 2 or 3 at a time and then glue them together and do the same thing and make your leaves pop up. Okay? Showed you that, showed you that. Alright, let's go to some artwork. As always, thank you ever so much for supporting my business and shopping with me there. Make sure it says Jackie Bloom across the top. And the other thing I wanted to show you is that I like to take my marker, and I saw the gal did this on the video I watched, and I really liked the look of it. Not necessarily coloring in your clear sparkles with black ink, but where she added them to. So just as easy as that. Give it a second to dry and you've got whatever color you want. Always like to buy the clear bitty sparkles is Z1263, and the little bit bigger sparkles are Z3274. Okay, and the card. And oh, one more thing. When you have scraps of paper, not that one, cut them into strips, if you will. You can take, and let's say I didn't layer it like that. I can take and just put a couple of these on here and just glue, you know, 3 of these layers on to make a thickness. So that's a good thing of how you can use up your little itty bitty scraps. And the other thing is when you use a small word, where's my stamp? Sorry. Where is it? Here it is. When you use a small stamp on something like this, I will put it on here so you can see it. On here, you are a treasure. Then you can go back and take your little strips and just layer them up and glue them onto here. Boom, boom, boom. And then you get a nice layered look that's nice and super strong because that's so small. And then you can see my flower here is pretty deep. I also put a couple layers on the back of here, like this, like I showed you, you know, put it on the back and layer that up. So I did a couple layers of that, 3 layers of that. The flowers are just, or the leaves are just 1 layer. And then there's where I added the black that I sparkles that I colored in. So there is the card for today. I hope that you will give it a try. I love how this looks black beyond the black square, and I added a little black here. So I've got my 3 spots. I've got several spots of green and 3 spots of black. And I just really thought that was a fun, easy way to make a card. It looks like you took a ton of time, but you didn't. And they don't need to know that. All right, one more thing I wanted to show you before I go is a couple of specials that I got in, and I'll take some close-ups of those. This is National Scrapbooking Day, and there's several bundles in here, or you can buy a big mega bundle and get everything. So there's some scrapbooking, there's some card making, or actually this is a mini book. Scrapbooking, a couple of scrapbooking, couple of cards, and a mini book. And what's so darn cute is that they have some paper that we haven't seen before. They have some paper from the core catalog over here. They have stamp sets that are exclusive to this. Now, I went down south with my girlfriends, fellow makers, and I borrowed this little penguin set, which I know you can't see that. But I stamped them up for you so you could see what they look like. Look at all these stamps. I think there's about 40 of them. All these cute, cute penguins. And I thought, what am I going to do? I don't have that stamp set. I don't know if I'm going to buy it. So I went and started doing little vignettes of the penguins. And this is what I came up with. So you can buy the scrapbooking kit and just not use it as a scrapbooking kit, and just use it for card making. And look at all of these cute little boogers, and I didn't even use them all. They're cute little penguins, not boogers. And there you go. So awesome, cute, adorable stamp set. Not much to it to make a card. As you can see here, these are just 3x3 squares. There again is the look of the stamp set. And then I did get a couple of the card making ones, so I wanted to show you those. Now remember, if it's a CC number, there is not time to go through and edit and print instructions. So when you buy the kit, when you go to your cart, off to the about middle right hand side, you'll see download guide. Print your guide, download it to your computer, whatever you want. This is CC 3225, and I believe it is A Toast to You. Yes, A Toast to You card making workshop. And you've got paper from the core catalog, which is the kind of a kid's paper. You've got your cards and envelopes. You've even got some gold sequins, and there's also some white stars in here. All kinds of stuff. Tons of those. And this is the stamp set. Let's see, you probably can't see that very well in there. I just got this, so I haven't even had time to play with it. But it's a kind of a punny one. There we go. Is that better? A toast to you. You mean the world to me, for the world. Hey, cutie pie. You make me so happy. That's funny. Taco Bout Awesome. I hope you're okay for the cheero. I never can say that. Anyway, every pizza me loves every pizza you. And this one's a little weird. You're kind of a big dill for the dill pickle. So that's that one. And the next one, which I may be playing with next Friday, is this one, which is Mini Wishes. And this one, stamp set, this set's number is CC3. Whoop, hold on. Just had a slip. Everything fell on the floor. There we go. Again, this one is Many Wishes CC3228. Nice words and lots of them. Okay, the best thing in this one, and I don't know if you can see those, is there is a couple of stencils. Let's see. Pull this out and maybe you can see them a little better. So there's a couple of flowers and a couple of leaf areas. Oh, hopefully that doesn't glare your eyes too badly. Okay, and this is peach cardstock. And there's also your cards and envelopes and some glitter gems in silver. Now these you can still go in and color over the top of, and then you get that glitter or that gel or that gem, glittery gem look even through your color, unless you do them black, but even then there's a little bit. So those are really fun. And there again, I will probably be showing these next Friday, or I'll make something with one of these kits. So I hope that you enjoyed the card and the class today. I hope you have a fabulous weekend, and thank you so much for joining me. Hello Fonda, how are you? I want to thank you for watching, and talk to you later. Bye everybody.